Back when we were still on our grade school years, our science teachers have always taught us about how the universe came into existence. They also have taught us about how mankind took place in this world. Until we reach college, our professors in our biology classes have also taught us as well about the theory of evolution and the Big Bang. Now I am here to discuss to you a different perspective. It's all about creationism. Well, for me, this is what I truly believe. Before I used to be a fanatic of this scientism and pseudoscience, but that's for another topic in my next videos. It's a broad topic when we discuss about scientism and pseudoscience, but you might try to research it for yourself. Well, let's start with creationism. If we have the Big Bang theory and the scientific aspect, we also have the creationism. So we are here to not discuss about the entirety of my topic, but to discuss some specific things like the globe model and the flat earth and the evolution as a hoax or as a deception and to intelligent design. So if you are religious, you might want to try to consider this verse from the Holy Bible. It says in Genesis chapter 15 verse 12, the sun moves and not the earth. As the sun was going down, Abraham fell into a deep sleep, and a terrifying darkness came down over him. So basically in Genesis 15:12, it says here that the sun was going down. So in this sense, it is the sun which is moving. So this is in a what happens in a geocentric model. The Big Bang is all about the heliocentric model, but that's for another topic in my future videos. So about the Genesis 15:12, we can say that the earth is flat, stationary, not moving, and it is the sun which is moving. So let's move forward to another verse. It says here that in Psalms 93, chapter 93, verse 1, it is the earth is not moving. It says here, the Lord reigned, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old, thou art from everlasting. So this is another verse in the Bible which supports of a flat earth geocentric model, because in this verse it says here that the earth is not moving. So now you have an idea about what flat earth is. So I will try to visualize to you because I'm not good in editing videos. So your idea about flat earth, because it's a new idea to you, it's like this for you. Like this is the earth and there's an edge here and edge here. But you are definitely wrong about how you perceive the original genuine flat earth model. So for example, this is an for example, this is the earth. This is flat like this, but it's round like this, and the earth is here, and it's surrounded by a large body of water. The edge about what they call about it is actually an ice wall. We are surrounded by a circular ice wall. So this is an ice wall. The earth is in here, and above it, yeah, you can see the sun here and the moon here. They are both rotating respectively. So yes, the sun and moon rotates. It is inside under the dome. So another verse in Bible you can read is that for in the Genesis that the God divided waters from above and water from below, that there is a firmament or what they call a dome. So there are actually this is supposed to be a different topic for future videos. It's as in it's an project or an operation about penetrating the dome. I think it's Operation Fishbowl. But let's move because it that if we are to tackle the video, we will last for at least an hour. So now that I have given you two verses in the Bible that supports of a geocentric or a flat Earth model, we will wait, we will tackle more uh, about flat Earth, since we have already discussed it about being a circular disc-like. Now, if you use a high-end telescope or a high-end zooming camera like Nikon 90, uh, for example, you buy a high-end camera, it's Nikon 90, and then you try to zoom in. You are here and then you try to zoom in from a far distance. If ever there is no fog, you can really see things from a far distance. So what does this mean is that if it's round or if it's a spinning globe, you are not supposed to see those things. But if you use high-end technology cameras, you try to zoom in things from afar, you can still see things as long as there is no fog. So that is another point to suppose that the Earth is indeed flat. Another experiment that has been published over social media like YouTube and on Facebook, and it's an experiment wherein you put a camera in a high altitude balloon, and then you put a camera under it, and you do not use the fisheye lens camera. You just use an ordinary camera. Any camera will do as long as it is not fisheye lens. And if the high altitude balloon will fly high with the camera under it, you can truly notice that there is no curvature like this that supports a ball earth or spinning ball model. It's entirely flat. Now you might want to say to me about what about those pictures we see, videos? The reason why you are seeing it it's as like a globe or it has a curvature is because those cameras are not ordinary cameras. They're called fisheye lens camera. When you say fisheye lens, it will make things circular in visual mode. So wait. Now we have tackled about two verses in the Holy Bible about supporting the flat Earth model, and we also tackled at least one observation and one experiment regarding it. Now we will try to move to a different topic, since the Charles Darwin, who proposed the theory of evolution about natural selection, about origin of species. In the other side, in a religious perspective, we also have the creationism. Of course, everyone knows Adam and Eve, but we are not going to tackle that. We will tackle the theory itself that Darwin has proposed. I've seen a video on YouTube, and it's not just a video. You can see that in some of the articles in the web that Charles Darwin himself admitted in page 419 of the Darwinian Revelation. He has said that he, as upon observing the fossils, he said that one species cannot be related to another, and he also said that the one species it's possible for it's impossible for one species to change and the other species for not to change. So there is some point of discrepancy, and he also said that at the very eyes, the eyes that we have, being part of natural selection is absurdity in a highest level. So these are some of the things that the Darwin himself also stated. But let's try to focus on some argument or contention. For those philosophers, this might sound like a hasty generalization to you, but I will just tackle it anyway, because we are not here to be a perfect debater. We are here to challenge the worldview. So just imagine this. From the Darwinian revelation itself said that we all evolved from, we all came from a common ancestor. That common ancestor is a primitive ancestor, which is a self-replicating molecule. So scientists have at least did some research about that, they have discovered that upon having a close research about it, they have discovered that it is made up of machines. So upon checking that those machines, it is said that they contain genetic codes. It's like a machine within a machine, and they have proposed that this machine cannot just come into existence without another set of machine which will be able to create this machine. But moving on, we will go to a different analogy. Just imagine this: we everything that we see today, every living things, uh, that animals, insects, man. I mean, we cannot just all come from a single bacteria. I mean, just imagine the logic. From a bacteria, then it will turn to a fish, and that fish will become a amphibian to reptile to mammal. I mean, just look at this. You are human. There's a human here, an elephant, a kangaroo, a fish, a snake. I mean, how can that single bacteria become so diverse in a long period of time? That's just impossible. You can't make a bacteria become a human over a long period of years, even if you want to say that this is all about evolution. Now, creationists tackle an argument for this, and it is called the intelligent design. So in intelligent design, in the part of creationism, it states that everything, every creation that you can see in this world is a product of an intelligent designer or an almighty creator. Now, if you are to go back to the scriptures, we can see a verse, I forgot it, about that the creation of God is the foundation of God's existence. Now, try to digest that thought, that verse. The creation of God is the foundation of God's existence. Now, is this not bothering you that the end our adversary, Satan or Shatan in Hebrew itself, is attacking the foundation of God's existence? And what is that? It is the creation. So that's why these theories about the Big Bang Theory, about evolution, these are satanic based propaganda to destroy the credibility of our Creator. And we will tackle a little bit about the NASA. I would like to really say to you that moon landing was a hoax. We did not land on the moon, and the president, I think it was Nixon, who called the astronauts from the moon. I think it's very impossible to call astronauts on the moon while you have your landline wire, wired telephone in your Oval Office. And aside from that, they also say that the reason why we're not being able back to go to the moon again is that we lost the technology. I mean, how can we be able to land on the moon before if until now, if now we don't have the technology to return to it again. You can see actually pictures and videos on YouTube and Facebook about uh, like scientism and pseudoscience based drawings, the drawings of the planets, the drawings of other cosmology like idealism. I mean, if you are going to use your common sense, these pictures that they are trying to show you are merely drawings. These are drawings and Photoshop. One NASA member even admitted that it has to be Photoshop. There are a lot of different space agencies in the world. They are connected to one another. They are showing different pictures of Earth, different pictures of Moon and the Sun and the planets. But if you are going to use a Nikon P90 camera, you zoom in the what they call planets, it's those are actually just luminary objects or luminous objects, and they do not look like the ball-shaped planets that they are trying to show you. I mean, a lot of space agency companies have deceived a lot of people. It has caused massive deception, and many are being fooled because of the drawings that they present. They even made a propaganda in a channel like History Channel. They promoted a new age Scientology based agenda like the ancient aliens. So in this ancient aliens episodes, everything that they redundantly say is that uh, uh, about thousands of years, these aliens went to Earth to intervene about the politics, about everything, about nonsense. These things have already been debunked, and you can watch them on YouTube and other video sites. It's like they get an artifact about something that happened to that has something to do about a relic of our fellow humans hundred of years ago, and they will just claim that this relic is from a Greek god or an alien being, and they make that kind of twist in ancient alien episodes in History Channel. And I want to admit to you, I really want to confess to you that back then I was fooled by this kind of episodes. Not just fooled, but I have become like a little bit of irreligious or a little bit of secular, because they are so good in lying. No? They have made a lot of atheists today. Many are becoming atheists because of what are being taught in our educational system. They are promoting this godless theories and agendas, not just on the social media, not just on the entertainment industry, Hollywood, movies, about in everything in life, just to discredit the existence of God. Now let's move to a different topic. I think I've said a lot of things tonight. What else? Uh, I think that's all. That's all. I ran out of words to say, but if you request for me to do a lot more interesting videos, then you just comment down or message me. Thank you for watching. Shalom.